Here's my babies. It is February 3rd, 2016, and check out the ground here up in upstate New York. It's like probably around 60 outside, and these are our free range chickens. They have the barn, of course, and they come out into. There's a few areas actually that they go into, but right now it's winter, so this is the area that they get to play in because they really don't come out too often. So they've got this little fenced in area over here. So anyway, these guys are chowing down on some pretzels and some snacks. The wild birds up above. So they usually don't come outside, but because it's been nicer, we opened up the door. We usually watch the weather, and if it's a nicer day, we'll let them out. And it's a nice day. They're all outside getting some fresh air, and I brought some snacks out to them, as well as the dog, and so they're free ranging out here with some snow water that's melting. So these are silky chickens and Australorps, which are what we have out in the side of the barn. Now some people let their chickens out all year long and they let them run around outside. We do let them in and out because so you have to watch because they can get frozen tips and stuff on their combs, and so we always want to make sure that they're close to the barn. We like them in a fenced-in area too. Martha Stewart does the same thing because we don't want hawks to come down or other predators to get them. So they free range in a fence, and we usually have like lots of greens that we bring into them. This year we're going to probably do a different system to get them even more greens, but this is one way some people free range rather than have them in a cage or having them run through their yard. They put them in a fenced-in area, protected, so that they are protected from predators, and then they bring the goodies to them. And so like kitchen scraps, greens, and all that. Of course, we give them all of our grass clippings, and we're going to be doing some more things for them to get more greens and that as well. Of course, we feed them a great diet too. But this is great. Like, we're in a rural area, but we live on a main highway, as many rural farmers do, because they have highways shooting through the towns. And so most farms, there's a lot of them that are adjacent to the big roads because it's like the only road going through in town, and so we're not off the beaten trail, but we are on the main drag. But we want to protect our chickens, so we keep them inside. Although even in this area, it would not be uncommon to walk out and have somebody's chickens walking right next to the road, which we don't allow that to happen because we don't want our chickens to get hit by a car, and we don't want cars to get into an accident by trying to swerve away from a chicken. But it's not uncommon at all to find somebody's chicken or cow or something in the road, especially if you get off this road a little bit. It's not like you're going to be like totally surprised at all. There you go, Mac. There's the little banties are crowing inside. There he is. He's our rooster for the big Australorps, and then of course there's the Silkies, and we have some roosters there too. But they're enjoying this nice day. There'll be a few days like this until spring hits. So a few nice days, and then We just keep on top of them. Now the time that you can lose your chickens is the spring and fall. It's the drafts that get them. So you want to make sure you take good care of your animals. The winter and, believe it or not, the summer, you're not going to lose too many animals. It's that spring and fall you got to watch out for. But we're not quite into spring yet. It's only February. But when the weather changes like this and stuff, this is just like people. You just got to keep an eye on them. But as you can see, these guys are pretty well fed and watched over. So there are babies. See, and he didn't like that little rooster being near his hen, so he chased him off. Because you'll see he's, although these girls probably won't want to be really near him. Or near the red rooster, because that's their, kind of like their husband. The Silkies will. They'll be okay. But he's the guy, where is he? He's protecting this flock. You want to watch having too many roosters. Too many roosters usually isn't the greatest for the barn. But these little Silkies, which are really considered banties, next to the big boys like that, it's not a big deal because he's going to kind of rule the roost. But we don't have that many roosters in here. I think we might have 3, which is really more than we want, but because they're banties, it hasn't been a problem at all. See, he doesn't want that other guy near his chicken. See how he chased him off? He's like, get away from the girls. Oh, the pecking order. And there is a pecking order, and he's the head of the pecking order. And if you've been watching our videos, it was funny because Mick was a rooster that came in at a time there were other roosters and stuff here. We got him at an auction, and he was laid back until we got rid of the other roosters, and then he became the boss man. So, and there's Little Red, one of my favorite chickens, the Red Silkie. I just like his personality. So, we did go a year, I think, without a rooster, but I like having a rooster. I like to hear his crowing. Okay, guys. Like, subscribe, tell me what kind of chickens you have. And if you free rangers, if you have to keep them in a free range, or if you free range them like we do. Everybody's needs are different, and everybody's situation. If I had a huge farm, I'd let them run all through the area. I would never leave them in cages. I can't see why you would do that. Commercial farmers do that, but this is the closest I'd want to get to free ranging, just because I know when we had our geese, the hawks in this area were just swarming overhead looking for somebody to take away. And plus you have dogs and cats that if they see a chicken outside, they'd be happy to have a lunch too. And we do have cats, a lot of cats actually, because there's a restaurant near us, and they go over there and kind of find the way there, and then we don't really mind because they kind of keep away any other things like mice and stuff, which we haven't had any problems with any of that. You know, we always have things available just in case we see somebody, but we don't have those issues. There's a lot of cats, and usually a cat will move underneath the barn. We also have a trap there just in case a mouse does come over. But there's kittens and cats will usually move under the house, and then they'll wander over to the restaurant, but just feral cats. So, anyway, like, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed our little farm today, and we'll see you in our next video. God bless.